Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Punch Podcast.
Yes, sir. The Phantom Punch Podcast, Phantom Punch Boys are back. Took a week off, give or take. Just took some time off. But we hit y'all on the Instagram, on the live. So I hope you're following our Instagram so you can stay up to date. We did chop it up about the slap heard around the world. So better be following us to hear about that. But I am Johnny Southpaw here with my man Apollo Ali.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What up with you, bro? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
It's good, man. I'm excited to be back, man. Let's talk some boxing, baby.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, though, before we get into the pod and everything that is happened or is coming up, you have a spot to drop. You got to drop your joint that we have coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, man. Shit. We are approaching the date, man. October 16th. Like I told y'all, if you've been following us, you follow us on the gram and all that. We're going to be having a beautiful ceremony, unveiling the statue of the great Jersey Joe Walcott on the Kansas City waterfront, October 16th. You're all invited, all South Jersey, all New Jersey, Philadelphia area, tri-state area. You're invited to come down and witness and be a part of history. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. The buzz is going around the city, and it should be a beautiful event, man. Like I said, we're going to be doing a parade through all the Grand Props neighborhoods, leading down to the waterfront. It's going to be a nice event, man.
Yeah, it should be dope, bro. I'm definitely excited. I can't wait to be there. We should get some good footage, some coverage, probably
Absolutely.
get to interview a few people. And at worst comes to worst, you know what I mean? We just have a good time otherwise.
Right.
Indeed. But yeah, bro, so we're looking forward to it. All right, what is on the docket, my guy? All right, the first things first that we got to talk about is Usyk.
Yeah, we got to recap that.
Usyk and AJ. Yeah, we didn't really chop it up too much about the fight, like leading up to it, other than what we had on our live, which again at Phantom Punch Podcast, check it out, please.
Yes,
yeah, you picked AJ, I picked Usyk. I just want to throw that out there.
Did I pick AJ? I don't think I did.
You did, but it was like reluctant. You weren't like about it.
I don't think I picked AJ.
You definitely did. Though I'm gonna roll the B-roll right
I feel like
here.
If I did, I don't. It was cat because I was definitely on my gram posting everything Usyk was doing, like saying,
Well,
"Yo, this shit is just different." But
that's what you said. So honestly, bro, before we dive into that fight, just discussing the normal stuff that we discuss when it comes to the card. Once again, you said it. the heavyweight champ of the world got beat the fuck up at 1:00 in the afternoon, and nobody heard about it or nobody saw it.
Nobody cares. Yeah,
I was working, so I literally had like my iPad up, and I'm like, I was working like a festival, so I was talking to people, and I just had the iPad up, trying to watch the damn fight.
Yeah.
Best I could do, honestly. So it's Saturday afternoon. People got shit to do. Like, it is what it is.
I mean, let's dive right into it. When it comes to Anthony Joshua, what's to be said? I mean, what do we really have to look at when we really look at him and his body of work and the fights he's fought and the people he's won against and lost against? His moment of brilliance was with Klitschko. That was his moment of brilliance. But if we're honest, haven't really seen that since. You know what I mean? Haven't seen that version of AJ since.
I mean, you got to give him a little credit against Andy Ruiz in the rematch, but again, was that Andy Ruiz being out of shape and like doing the Roberto Duran thing where you win?
It was
and come back.
I'm on top of the world, and this is all I ever really wanted anyway.
Right,
just let me taste it, and I got a chance to taste it. I really don't care no more.
Right,
like, you know what I mean? He didn't care. That loss, he's still processing the fact that he lost. He's still living off the fact that he did win, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The fact that I won is all that matters. I did win when I wasn't supposed to. Like, even with that though, you know, the rematch and the win, that was cool for what it was. It was supposed to go that way. The belts were supposed to get back in AJ's hands, and once again, the apple cart is upset by the great Alexander Usyk, and I'm not surprised. I do remember saying that. I wouldn't be surprised if he loses.
Yeah.
And of course he did. I mean, the left hand was there all night. AJ is just, I don't know, man. Like, he's number 3. Well, now 4. Now number 4.
Nah, yeah, I was gonna say he's a solid number 4 right
now. He's number 4 in the heavyweight division rankings, and I honestly don't care that the apple cart was upset, because I also honestly do not see him beating either Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. I don't see. I didn't think it was possible before, but now I pretty much believe it's not possible. And again, this is boxing; anything can happen. But from what he's shown us, I just don't see. I don't see the dog, man. I don't see the hunger. I don't see I want mine back. Like, you know what I mean? He would land a punch, and then Usyk would hit him with 2 or 3, and then nothing. You know what I'm saying? I
will say he has an unbelievably touchy looking chin to be a heavyweight, bro.
That included.
It's odd to me. I mean, it is and it's not, because I don't necessarily believe in Deontay Wilder's chin. I don't believe in it. Like I said, AJ's chin. I think Fury has proven that he can get up off the floor against Wilder, and then you have that fight with Otto Wallin. He was getting roughed up by Otto Wallin.
Yeah. He looked bad.
Yeah. So I mean, but back to AJ. I think you're right. I think, personally speaking, I don't want to ever, discredit a boxer. Listen,
right.
He was an Olympic medalist, a fantastic fighter representing his country. Good for him, man. But
all that aside, with the eye test, fuck accolades.
Yep.
The eye test of just watching the fighter.
Yep.
You don't see the things that you need to see from that top pedigree in today's heavyweight class. Like, you just don't see it, whether it's the power that Deontay possesses, or whether it's the technical skill that Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk have. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that, the last person that filled these shoes that Usyk is in right now that we talk of is Holyfield.
He's on course to, eclipse Holyfield.
I think so. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think for me personally to have interest in seeing AJ compete against any one of these guys, Usyk included, whether we see a rematch or if we see
I don't
Wilder,
think anything would change in a rematch with Usyk.
Well, the only way that I'm interested in seeing that, or I would put any stock into AJ again, is if he changes camps.
Okay.
I would love to see him with a Virgil Ortiz, Andre Ward's squad. Like, I would love to see that. Like, Caleb just went over there. Like, Caleb was with Andre Ward, Virgil Ortiz. Like, having these guys that have that boxing IQ, and no disrespect to his corner, but his corner does not seem to know.
Something's missing, man.
Yeah, they sent him in with a game plan to go and box a Eastern European boxer. Like, Usyk is a boxer, puncher, probably one of the most technically sound fighters that there is. Him, Loma, like, they all come from that same
They wanted the same. They wanted the same. And I don't know. I agree with what you're saying. I would like to see what that would do for him. But at the same time, I feel like it's him, man.
That's fair too.
Like, you don't be so cool with losing. Don't be so cool with, like, don't be so politically correct with failure. Yeah. Don't be so nonchalant about handing over 3 belts, bro.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Like, don't be cool with that. I need to see some fire in you, man. When you get punched in the face, don't smile. Yeah. Don't want not to get punched in the face again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do something about that dude punching you in your face. Like,
you gotta find that dog. And not for nothing, but the guys above him have shown that. You know what I mean? Those guys. And even Usyk, like Usyk against Tony Bellew, like Tony was like working Usyk for the first like 3 rounds. I remember watching that fight, like, okay, Usyk is like, he's not a heavyweight. And then all of a sudden Usyk hit a gear.
Figured it out.
Boy, like, he smoked him. So, you know what I mean? I like Usyk. I said it before. I think that class, that team that he comes from, it really is
top notch, bro. It's top notch.
It's really going to make a difference for his career.
Yeah.
I wonder about what is next for Usyk, though. So obviously they want the rematch. Everybody wants the rematch. Well, everybody on AJ's camp.
Yeah. They want a Wembley Stadium us to death for 1 o'clock fights and shit.
Do they fight in the UK again? For the rematch?
I would assume so. I would assume so.
Man, take that shit over to where's he from? Not Uzbekistan. I forget. He's from the same place Klitschko's from. So I forget. It's not Russia, but it's
I don't know.
That
I just assume they're Russians.
Yeah, it's
no disrespect. I just
kind
assume.
of in that, overall old Soviet Union thing.
Yeah.
But no, so that's I don't know where that if they fight, if that's a rematch, I don't know where that like goes. You know what I mean? I will say though, I think Usyk. I don't know, honestly. So I think Usyk may beat Wilder, and I think he gives Fury a run for his money because I feel like they're both very technical fighters, and like that fight would probably be Klitschko, Klitschko Fury 2. Do you remember Klitschko Fury? Do you remember that? That fight was so fucking boring. That was the biggest snooze fest I remember in boxing in a long time. That fight, if Usyk and Fury were to fight, that
was the one at like 1 o'clock too. It was like one of them.
Yeah. But I feel like if those two were to fight, oh my god, wake me up.
I could see that. But
at some point, the size has to make a difference.
I'm trying to imagine 6'9" and 6'2".
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, yeah, Usyk is big, but like Fury and Wilder are like
gigantor. Those are super heavyweights.
Yeah, that should be
straight up and down. That's just what they are.
Yeah, for sure.
But shit, AJ is too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just don't think, like you said, like I don't think AJ packs enough punch to really hurt.
He's a gentle giant. That's the safest way to put that.
Oh my god! Most people use that term like endearing, but I felt like some disrespect on that.
Nah, I mean,
he's a gentle giant.
He is. That's the best way to put it.
Oh, that's funny.
And again, it's not even about losing, bro, because losing builds character. It takes a champion to be able to lose and come back, get all of that, and he gets all his accolades and clout and everything he deserves for doing that when he had to do it, when he unfortunately and unnecessarily had to do it with the Andy Ruiz fight. But all of the politically correct, right things to say, right time to smile, right stuff to wear, kind-hearted personality, right thing, right time on camera, every time shit aside, bro. Fuck all of that. I need to see Anthony Joshua, the fighter. I see him as a brand. I see him as one of the most marketable fighters that there is in today's game. I see him as pack out Wembley Stadium. I see him as all of that stuff. But I need to see the fighter. I need to see the dog. And I don't know if it exists.
I think I'm genuinely curious how the folks in the UK feel about it. Because like I felt...
We know how we feel. Well, when our heavyweight champs get dogged out and get smacked around, right? You know I mean, it's like, oh, you gonna feel it, dog. You gonna have to do something because you know what I mean,
right?
So
the whole entire mood in the stadium and even the commentary, like, what's her name?
Polite,
Katie. I think Adobo is her last name, something like that. But she was like this, she was really like somber about it, and I felt bad. But like, I'm just imagining like. I don't know. Like I'm imagining Roy losing in Atlantic City to Tito. I mean, obviously that didn't happen, but like, you know what I mean? Even the Mexican fighters, even Puerto Rican fighters, like they're not scared to boo their own.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Does AJ get booed? Did he?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
They feel bad for him. They like him so much that they feel bad for him.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like I wonder
it's like they baby him.
Yeah.
With like, oh, it's okay. You'll be back. Like,
yeah. That's what.
Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
A lot of the commentary sounded like we know he'll be back. We know his character and all of that. I'm like, nah, man, you fucked up. You fought the wrong fight.
Right. And again, the build up, the everything that has been the conversation for the past 4 years or so. At least on his side, he can't even make it to the big dance. Yeah. He can't get to the big dance because he keeps getting stopped on the way with roadblocks of people that is not even in the conversation for what we need you here for.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not supposed to lose to Andy Ruiz on your way to go see Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. You're not supposed to lose to Alexander Usyk, who's a cruiserweight.
I'm just convinced he's not supposed to ever, he's never destined to fight Tyson Fury.
He's not going to make it. I mean, Tyson Fury is going to spank the floor with him.
I think so. I think there's
and Deontay Wilder would knock him out. That's all I see.
You can't outbox. You can't outbox Tyson Fury,
and you can't hit with Wilder.
Right. So I mean, he's
straight
caught,
up and down,
and we've talked about that. He's caught in that level, like that purgatory. You know
right. He had zero head movement the whole fight. God.
Yeah.
He's just robotic with it.
Yeah.
Like barely, I see him give me a little hold the phone action. Barely.
Yeah.
The left was just coming when they felt like it. I mean, and I get it. Fighting a southpaw is a little different. If you don't.
You had plenty of time. You had plenty of time to prepare. You have plenty of time to prepare. I don't want to hear it. That shit always gets old. Like,
right. I mean,
he's a lefty. I don't know what to do. Fam.
Yeah.
There's other lefties out there.
All right. After 3 rounds, you better figure it the fuck out.
Right. Exactly. And that does separate people. Like some people just can't figure that shit out.
Yeah.
You know? But kudos to Usyk. He fought a fantastic
he fought a beautiful fight.
Fought a great fight.
Nothing bad to say about Usyk.
Yeah. I'm curious.
He did what he's supposed to do.
I'm curious to see where he goes next. I think it's
one other thing. I don't know if you saw some of this buzz going around the net about this, saying that they rung the bell early on that final round.
Yeah,
when it looked like Usyk was about to put him out of his misery.
Mm-hmm.
They rung the bell a little early.
Teddy Atlas mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay, you seen it on Teddy? Okay,
I saw it on Teddy.
Saved by the bell.
How early, fam? How early?
6 seconds apparently.
That's enough. That's enough time. I honestly, I've only heard the rumor of it. Like I haven't actually seen the footage where they, when
I was watching it, I felt like it ended a little weird.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying that close of attention to notice it as live while it was happening. That something like that happened.
I was watching it fucking driving. It sucks. Like I had it on my Joan as I was driving. So I honestly, I'm watching.
He was punishing him against the ropes. I mean, that was enough either way. But.
Right. Either way. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, Usyk won this fight either way. And a KO, if he gets a stoppage or if he doesn't get a stoppage, like it's not really.
He still spanked him
right
all the way through, with the exception of maybe 2-3 rounds. He might have gave away.
Yeah. I mean, that's I didn't think he was going to pitch a shutout. I didn't think anybody was going to pitch a shutout that fight. So, but yeah, man. I mean, again, hats off to Usyk, and
absolutely
it's amazing to see a cruiserweight moving up. You know what I mean? It's always something crazy to see. So, it's a beautiful thing, though. Good for him. Congratulations to him. I will keep tuning in. I love his character, his whole persona. He's a funny dude, man. He's a clown. So I'm cool with it. But yeah, man. So the heavyweight. Speaking of heavyweight, since we're on it, we might as well chop it up next week or this weekend. This weekend,
October 9th.
October 9th, we have Tyson Fury taking on Deontay Wilder in the trilogy.
I gotta be honest, man. I've been back and forth. The past 2 times they fought, I had Tyson Fury winning before, and he won. You know what I mean? Both. He won this last one, and the other one they drawed it, but I still thought Tyson Fury did enough to win.
Yeah.
And for some reason, against my better judgment, I kind of feel like this is going to be a different fight, man. I feel like Wilder is coming for blood. I mean, that could be just me wishing for a dramatic night and just some fucking climax in this sport of boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? It could be that, but something about just, I don't know, just the way he's been carrying himself, like we've been saying for the past couple months.
Yeah,
I'm kind of leaning toward Deontay making this thing interesting, man.
I'm with you, man. I do think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think they've all been interesting fights. I mean, yes, Tyson Fury has been the boxer. He's, clearly the victor, but I do think that this fight is going to be a little bit closer contested. And it probably for me is like based off of the rumors that I keep hearing, whether it's that Tyson got stopped during sparring, or if it's the rumors about him like being exhausted from all of the work that he's been doing for however long,
right?
Plus COVID, like I don't know. But I am with you. I'm still picking Fury, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say I picked anything. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is
stop being politically correct.
Fury been my A1 since day one, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I feel like Deontay is coming with something different this time. I think he packed dynamite in both hands. A little extra on the right, and I think he's ready to go, man. I think it's gonna be interesting.
I hope so, man. I am looking forward to it. It's great to have heavyweight.
I'm picking Wilder. Fuck it. I'm picking Wilder. On the record.
All right.
On the record, I'm picking Wilder.
Ding, ding. We're there. We have it 50-50, man. All right. So that's good to see. I'm excited for it, though. I am looking forward to it. I wouldn't be surprised if Wilder won. I am going with Fury just because of boxing skills and all of that shit. But I'm hoping let's make it like 10, 11, 12 rounds, please. Like, I need
Wilder to knock him the fuck out. No. Specifically, we need Wilder to knock him the fuck out so we can get them belts back on American soil so we can get fights at the proper times, like, prime time at night, shit like that.
I think this one's at night, right?
Yeah. Well, this one is, but I'm saying in general.
All right, let me ask.
Belts is over here.
All right, we're living in a hypothetical world. Past this, it's Sunday now, and Deontay Wilder has won. Is that it? Are we done with this whole Fury Wilder shit? Or are we seeing 4? Because in my opinion, we should see 4.
It would have to go to 4. It probably would. If I was Deontay, though, I'd try to hop, skip, and jump up out of there.
I'm trying to think. Has there ever been another? What do you call that? It's not a trilogy. It's I don't know, quad something. Quad.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I'm trying to think if I remember any more than trilogies.
Was Pacquiao?
Pacquiao Marquez. Yeah, Pacquiao Marquez was 4. I think that was 4. Yeah, they did the same thing. No. Yeah, it was 4 because there was a draw, and then Pacquiao won twice, and then they fought that 4th time,
and he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. All right, but still, like, obviously they didn't fight again. I think Marquez retired, but like after this fight, like, let's say Deontay wins. There has to be a rematch, right? Because it's only 1-1 at that point. Like, this is. I mean,
they would still be talking shit to each other. Yeah, so I would see it not being. I would see it still being unfinished business. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, they might be tired of just only thinking about each other, man. I mean, I know. Fury said he got 3 more fights he wanted to do, and then he's done.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, but at this point, it's like shit. He probably don't even care about fighting AJ at this point.
I mean, I don't think
AJ's rubbing himself out of the sentence. He's just erasing himself right out the sentence.
I feel like maybe there's some country animosity maybe between the two, but I don't really know if that's a thing. I like Fury. I would love to see him fight, 100 more times, but. We'll see.
It's not a lot out there for him to do. So,
exactly.
The rematch would definitely be on the table if he still wanted to go.
Well, I think the only conversation is a rematch and Usyk. That's it. Like, if he beats Deontay, then there's only Usyk. Yeah. If he loses to Deontay, then there's Deontay and Usyk, and that's it.
Right.
Because I really don't think AJ warrants, like, that fight is getting made on whoever AJ fights terms. You know what I mean? Like, AJ's the B-side at that point, in my opinion.
I don't know what they thinking across the pond though, and that's the fair. Bullshit that they're leveraging in conversations of boxing, where it's like, oh well, he's a superstar over here. It's like, bro, we don't give a fuck for real. You know what I mean? Like, that means nothing to us over here. I mean, I get it over there; it's everything, but come on, man. Nah.
I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm excited for this weekend, though. It should be some good fights. I think the undercards are pretty good too. I think Big Baby, the new Big Baby, is fighting. I think he's Jared Anderson is his name. I think he's on that undercard. Okay. I forget who else is on the undercard though, but I know that it's like a heavyweight night, so it's all heavyweights, I think, fighting, which is always nice to see. It's so funny to me, bro, how I was at the I told you I was going to the amateur night over at TKO. Shout out to TKO.
Yeah.
Barbosa newly engaged. Congratulations.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Friend.
Hey. Congratulations.
But, even heavyweights in the amateurs, it's a different presence, bro. It's funny to me. Like, I watched we watched, you know what I mean? I watched 80 pounders to 54 to 60 something, you know what I mean? But when there was a one heavyweight fight that night, and when those heavyweights got in there, it just felt different in the building. It was so crazy. I'm like, all right, these big motherfuckers gonna hurt somebody.
Right,
Somebody's gonna hurt somebody.
It's the real deal, man. It's still nothing like it. I mean, regardless of the debacles that we've seen over the years of trying to regenerate energy in the heavyweight division, the ups and downs of drama that we don't get to see and the ones that we do, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of shit, but it's still what it is, bro. Like, you still can't wait for Saturday. You still can't wait to see what kind of drama is going to unfold when giant men get in the ring and start throwing their hands at each other. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like that.
I expect lots and lots of casual eyes on this fight.
Yeah,
lots of casual eyes.
This one of them ones.
Yep. And just because I think a lot of media is covering it. It's not just like boxing folks. Mm-hmm. We're looking at ESPN. We're looking
non-boxing folks. They peek over.
Yeah, right.
Media wise, they peek over for heavyweight.
I expect to see Dame Lillard tweeting. I expect to see.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kevin Durant. I think is
Royce
a boxing
5'9".
Yeah,
all
Royce. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, everybody gonna be tuned in. This is heavyweight boxing. This is prime time, man. It gets no bigger than this, literally.
Yeah.
What it is.
It's exciting stuff, man.
I got Wilder, man. I want to see Wilder pull it out.
I like to see it. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's a coin toss, but the longer that this has gone on, the longer that we fucking delayed the fight and delayed again and all that shit, I do think it does favor Wilder. I mean, he only has more time to fix shit. So,
on that note, speaking of delays,
oh God,
the fight that was supposed to be happening this week. Now pushed back. It was supposed to be this week.
The 4th. Yeah.
Now supposedly pushed back to the 16th, and that fight now at the 16th is in jeopardy
It's done. It's done. I don't know. It's as of like 3-4 days ago. It's done. Triller is officially out.
This is bullshit.
Triller has invested. I want to say, I read 100 and no, I might be overshooting. But it's either 130 or 1.3 million dollars lost. Triller has lost with this. So Triller has
all with this fight. I mean,
just with this one fight.
Date move.
Yeah, this would be this move would be the 4th or 5th date move. So the reason that Triller wants to move it, I think, or that it was either Teofimo or Triller.
I'm about to say, for those that don't know, we're speaking on the Teofimo Lopez versus George Gambosa fight that was scheduled for the 4th, 16th, back in June, I don't know, whatever. It was mad dates. Yeah, anyway, it's still not happening.
Yeah. So Triller has officially moved out of the has moved off of the date. They said, look, listen, I'm fucking, they're done. So Triller has had enough. And it's because the IBF hasn't ruled on like the date moving again. So they requested the IBF respond by September 30th. The IBF hasn't said anything. And so there's no, like, George Kambosos didn't sign off on the date. So basically he said, I'm not moving the date again. We picked this date and this is the last time I'm going to fucking do this. And the reason that I've read a few times is Monday Night Football. Because this is America, and there's only one thing to watch on Monday nights, and it's football.
That's true.
At the end of the day, bro,
I heard he was asking for 300 more thousand.
Well, yeah, I think he asked that they pay him more to move the date again. Bro, at some point, I'm like, I'm kind of over this fucking fight. Like boxing, but that's the thing though. Boxing fans, we were on board with this fight, but everybody else is not. So I think that's why they're moving the date, and that's why listen, this is not working. This is not working.
This whole situation could end up being one of the biggest fumbles for Teofimo's career, man, because the path he was on, the momentum that he had built up for himself in the last 3 fights, of course, pinnacling at the Loma win.
Yeah.
And then just this long period. I mean, granted, the fucking pandemic and all that shit, but it was still ways around that. People were still getting fights. Him catching,
people still fought.
But him catching COVID and being one of the reasons that the fight got postponed and shit. Like, all of this could come back to bite him in the ass, man, because he was definitely well on his way to, if not being a pay-per-view star, at least starting the journey of becoming a pay-per-view star. You know what I mean? And I feel like this has knocked him down a few notches in that momentum that he built towards that.
And I think everybody that he could fight, would fight, or should fight has been more active than him.
Absolutely.
Gervonta has fought since the last time Teofimo fought. Gervonta has fought. Devin Haney has fought.
Shakur is about to fight.
Shakur is about to fight. I don't know if
and he
Shakur's
fought.
on the list, but yeah. Shakur already fought once. He'll fight again in between. And Loma has fought.
Yeah.
So, like, all of the names that he could and should be fighting they've been active. They've fought. Yeah. They're still in camp. They've gotten back to camp. All of that stuff. Like, Loma, I think, is the number one name on that list that I'd like to see a rematch. And Loma deserves it, not for nothing. But I get that. Active.
But I would like to see that fight, a rematch of that too. But I do also agree with what Teofimo said. If he would have got his ass beat that night, there would have been no rematch.
Right.
No chance for you.
Right,
you're done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No matter, not even ass beat. If he lost, like, say it was a good fight, but Loma edged it out at the end, he wouldn't have got a rematch. And I agree with that.
That's fair too.
I mean, but even on that note, I mean, Loma at that point before the loss had that leverage to make that decision. So, I mean, I guess now that the tables are turned, you know, he can act how he wants to act.
Yeah, he's trying to make his own rules and all of that. Which, again, like, I'm on both sides. I get it. But I get it from both sides too. But I would like to just see Teofimo fight, and I honestly, like, I feel like he needs a tune-up fight at this point. He needs somebody in between, which is nuts to think about. But if he jumps back into the ring with Loma and the last Loma that we saw, he loses. I think, honestly, because that Loma was vicious. He was attacking. He was fast. He had all the movement that he had before when he fought.
Everybody
fought Teofimo. Yeah,
everybody else.
I don't know. But Devin Haney's only getting older and stronger. Tank is only getting, to be bigger of a star. You know what I mean? I just I don't know. I think he needs to get something on the books. So honestly I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with this fight. I don't think it's ever going to happen. It's just going to be one of those fights that just never manifested, which is a fucking weird thing to think about. Yeah.
Because it wasn't even a fight that we was looking for like that. It was just something that was presented.
Exactly.
Like, all right, that's actually all right. That's a nice little fight right there. We'll take that. And now we're going through all of this drama with it. Like,
yeah, exactly. I don't know, bro.
It's not worth the trouble. So
it is not. Honestly, like, if you really, I'll also, to flip the coin to the other side, I kind of like, I get what Kambosos is saying. Like, listen, fam, you got COVID, not me.
Right.
Like, I did my shit what I was supposed to do. I was on track for weight. I was training, all of this stuff. We had the delay, then we had the delay again, and now we're trying to delay one more time. Like, nah, fam, like, this is bullshit.
And this delay from a week, like a week delay, a week and a half delay. Like, what the fuck is this for?
Right. It's like, if I'm him, I'm just like, let's get this fucking fight over with. I don't care how many people watch me.
Yo, for all of this, they could have fucking just had this fight on one of the versus cards. If they was worried about it being on a weekday and all this shit, put it on a verse. Put it on the Locks Dipset joint, and it's a real fight, and then it's a real fight. Look at that shit would have went crazy.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, if y'all running out of ways to figure out how to sell this weird shit y'all doing over here at Triller, y'all could have did that.
And it's a Triller has just I mean, that's a $2 million loss is not easy for a newer startup company. You know what I mean? That's not That's not easy for them to eat. But at this point, they're eating it at this point, which sucks, for them. But I'm honestly, bro, and I said this to somebody, I forget who the hell I was talking to. I'm done with Triller. I want them out of boxing, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. I want Triller out of boxing. I can't deal with this shit no more. I don't want to see no more of this shit. Like, I have to believe that, like, Eddie Hearn, this would never happen. I have to believe Bob Arum, this shit would never happen. Don King, this shit would never happen. No.
Right.
Fuck that. I just, between this and the circus that they put on with.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean,
with the rest of the shit, I'm over it, bro.
Triller or not, the Paul brothers are still going to be in the space.
It's not even that. That Evander shit really bothered me, bro.
Yeah.
Now they talking about, now they got Oscar potentially fighting Vitor again.
I saw Oscar try to offer $100 million in Floyd.
That's what I'm saying. I just, come on. I don't need to see that.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it.
Oh my God. That is
fucking right. I'll watch it.
That is ridiculous.
Punch on his head again, man.
I don't understand. I'm tired of Triller, bro. It's just not a good.
Yo, and that was speaking of, the Evander shit was bad. And I don't know if you saw what Tyson said about it. He's been on record saying a couple times, like, damn, man, fucking Evander fucked up the bag, man. Evander messed up the bag. He can go do that bullshit. He should have came with me, and we'd have got paper out to make sure he looked good. We'd have did it, did it right. He went and did that bullshit. Now look, and I'm like, damn. So why did he fuck up the bag? I guess when a man bites your ears, you guys could be fake friendly as much as you want, but when you can't hear your favorite song the same for the rest of your life. I don't know how friendly you can actually be. So maybe he's like, any money, not with that man. I'll get money anywhere without. I don't want to get it with him.
I think
maybe he just don't fuck with Tyson.
I think Mike would have beat him anyways, though. Because
he would have beat him. 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 Mike was in shape.
Yeah,
and Mike wants to fight again.
Which I don't know.
He said he's trying to do it with Lennox.
Yeah.
That was also what I saw.
I saw that. Yeah.
What's that look like?
I got Lennox. I'm just gonna be
honest. Right now?
Yeah. Lennox is still in shape, bro. You be seeing him on the commentary?
Is he in fight shape?
I mean, that's a different. Yeah, maybe not, but I don't know. He's has a good base to start out with. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I think Evander's got Mike's number no matter what. I don't know. That's just how.
Oh, you were saying you thought Evander would have beat Mike?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, you saying Lennox got?
I think
Mike's
Lennox has Mike's number no matter what. Yeah. I don't know, but that's just.
Yeah, hey, I would watch it.
I would watch it. I would too, and that would be on Triller, and I would be very upset that I'm somehow supporting that. But that's one I would watch.
One other thing I wanted to bring up, because you mentioned it, just mentioned it now, how Lennox looks on commentary, and with all these fights, Roy and Mike, and I'm bringing it up because Roy was actually on the broadcast over across the pond over there with for the heavyweight fight, and I thought that was interesting. It was actually good to see him.
Oh yeah.
And just to hear from him with a big fight like that. So that was interesting. I would like to see him back more, but I don't know where he falls and can land. You know what I mean?
It's so weird when HBO boxing left and it left like this big gap, like with Jim Lampley.
Yeah, if it was here, this Triller shit, I don't think would be popping, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do miss Roy too. I agree with you. I forgot that Roy was on that commentary. When I heard his voice, I was like, oh shit, thank God. Like we got Roy.
Yeah,
it's dope stuff. What else we got, man?
Go.
No, I was going to say that just to bring it up because it has been talked about, the stuff with BY and his opponent and not being able to fight, or BY kind of getting, I guess he just got not suspended. That's not even the word to use. They just called the fight, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Brian Jennings. What is the kid's name he was supposed to fight? I'm trying to Google it. I forget.
Oscar Rivas.
Oscar Rivas. Yeah, that's what it is. So Brian Jennings and Oscar Rivas was ordered by the WBC for what the hell is a Bridger weight world title? I don't even know what the fuck that even means.
Right.
Oscar Rivas is 27-1 with 19 KOs. BY is 24-4 with 14 KOs. They ordered it, but because of vaccination status, the fight.
And this is Montreal too.
Canada.
It's Montreal. Yeah.
That makes a little bit more
changes
sense.
It a little bit, right?
Yeah, it does make a little bit more sense now. But yeah. So BY's not being allowed to fight because of his. It's because of his vaccination status. But I also read somewhere that it was like taking into consideration his social media stuff too. I think that it had something to do with it because he's very anti-vax.
He's vocal about that.
And very vocal about it. But yeah, he's been the fight has been canceled because he's refuses to get vaccinated. So there's that.
Long as it doesn't affect fights in the future, like I don't like seeing that. We're seeing it in the NBA right now with Kyrie Irving and what's going on with the Nets and that jeopardizing their team being at their full capacity to go on this championship run. Me personally, I don't agree with it. I don't feel as though I mean, what do you call that? The HIPAA laws are in place for a reason.
Yeah.
Your medical records, your medical history shouldn't be mandatory to be divulged to anybody for the sake of whatever the hell they asking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't agree with that. I don't feel like that should affect fights, and hopefully it does. Hopefully we don't see that affect more fights like the way it did with this B.Y. Jennings situation. I can't imagine a world where it's like, yo, you want to fight, right? Make sure you get this. Like, I can't see that happening. They're gonna have to figure something out, bro. I'm not with that.
I hear that, and I understand where BY comes from too, because I follow BY on social media, so I read everything that he posts and I see everything that he posts all the time, and I get where he's coming from because I get where black and brown folks have this apprehension to trusting the government to get any type of vaccination, mandatory vaccination. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm going to be completely honest, my job was depending on my vaccination. So like my job, my current employer said that, well, I had two options. It was get vaccinated or you have to submit like a weekly test. So I have to test myself at home every single week, submit it. One missed test, it's like a verbal warning. 2 missed tests, it's a written warning. 3 missed tests, you're fired. I got family to think about. So for me, like if it's about my job, like if it's dependent on my job, just like Kyrie, just like, I mean, whomever else, like if that's your job, then you got to make that call for yourself, which I support. You got to be able to, make that call for yourself. And if your job says, I don't really care about your vaccination status, we're not going to make you report it, then fine. Right. But if it comes down to it and your job is like, yo, you either need to report your vaccination status to us or not be, or go unvaccinated. And this is how you can, kind of go around that. Or take it a step further, some companies are doing and just saying like, if you don't get vaccinated, you don't work for us. I mean, that's up to you. But if you will sacrifice your check,
but when you say those words,
it's fucked up.
Do you hear your freedom being stripped away from you?
I 110% agree with that. But at some point, it's you are either you have to make that choice for yourself, and I'm all on board with that. Absolutely. I'm all on board with that. But for me, I can't sacrifice a bag. I can't sacrifice my check. So I'm gonna just do what I need to do and get that done. You know what I mean? Whereas, somebody like Kyrie might be able to be like, you know what? I've had a good run. I believe so much so that I am not being forced to get this vaccination that I'm willing to give up my career in basketball for that. I've made millions and millions of dollars. I'm done. And if that's his choice, that's his choice. Like, but you also have to understand, like, that's your choice.
Right.
But you walking away from it, that's you. Okay, if you cool with that, then you're cool with that. And it is what it is. But I do understand, again, I get it, man. I understand this country's history with vaccinating people. You know what I mean? I understand this country's history with making up vaccines and shit like that. I'm with you. I get it. I understand the skepticism.
It's the making it mandatory, quote unquote. It's the mandatory. Like, who gives one authority over one's person?
I agree.
Over one's body.
I agree on every side of the aisle that should be 110% as your body, that's your decision. And yes, maybe it impacts other people, which is another.
How does that even work?
Well, I mean, the thing is the way that I think about it is like the vaccine is supposed to prevent you from spreading COVID. It's not even actually supposed to do that. It's supposed to help prevent you from getting.
All right, let's stop. Let's stop.
I know.
This is what happens when you start talking to people about it. You don't know. They just saying what they saying. But if you got the vax, you can still get it and you can still give it. But if you got it and I don't got it, I can give it to you. But you got it. So what was the point in you getting it? And that's what I'm talking about in the fucking fight game. Like
I get that.
That is not a good enough reason for a fight not to happen. Like.
I'm with that, and if in my opinion, like if he can show do what they do, like when you travel sometimes, like yo, if you can show me a negative test within 72 hours, like you get to get blood work drawn all the fucking time, like that should be something that's allowed for him. It shouldn't be like one size fits all everybody, because it's not everything, not everybody is equal, not everybody's created, you know what I mean, to be the same in the same boat. Like I don't agree with them like just saying, all right, well, you're not vaxxed, you're not fighting. But I also what I don't agree with is also not fucking like offering any. There's no in between. There's no middle of the road for him, that's the most unfortunate part about it for me. Like, yo, like, okay, cool. You don't want to be vaccinated. That's your decision. But also, so like, I'm gonna need a test like tomorrow, like 2 days before the fight. I'm gonna need a test. I'm sure BY would have been like, fine, whatever. Okay, cool. Now pay me. Let's fight. Right. So I'm like with I said, you. Like this.
I just don't want. I don't want to see that.
It's complicated, bro. I'm with you. It's not an easy answer.
Happening. I don't want to see that happening, bro.
I think that has.
We live in the Twilight world, man. So
it has to do something. I didn't know it was in Canada too. I know we talked about it before the pod, like where it was. If that was the UK or Canada or the US or whatever, their rules up there are even more strict than they are down here. You know what I mean? In the States. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But
like I said, I don't know, bro. But
I miss seeing BY in the ring. That's what I will say. That I miss watching BY. He's a good heavyweight. He should have never have had to fight those 295 pounders. You know what I mean? He should be in heavyweight, and then those other guys should be super heavyweight. I'll stick by that for sure.
You need to. Usyk is about the level of size that he. You know what I mean? That's his rank right there. Like
yeah, he should fight. He could fight the Usyks of the world. I agree.
Yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, man. What else we got? I mean, we got
Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter is official.
Yeah.
Finally,
November 20th.
My boy got a fight, and it's looking like something. Let's hope that all this COVID bullshit type of shit or any other boxing bullshit these days does not disrupt this fight from happening. Looking forward to seeing that. It's November 16th, you said?
No, November 20th.
November 20th.
End of November. Yeah.
Thanksgiving vibes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, man.
Listen, man, I will
hot take, bro. Hot take. I could see this fight being a Hagler Hearns-esque kind of a fucking set off. Like I could see it like from the rip turning into something ugly.
That's kind of what I was going to say, bro. I give credit to fucking Sean Porter because he will fight anybody, bro.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog.
Anybody. Errol Spence. Yo, his resume is crazy. When you look at his resume and it does Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Kell Brook, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, fam. Those
everybody.
Are the best of the generation that
Whoever's here, I want my hands on him.
He's a dog, I respect that. Bro. He is a dog. 100%. That is a different cloth. He is cut from a different cloth, bro. And he's what? Because he beat Danny. He beat Kell Brook. He lost to Errol. Did he?
Lost to Errol.
I think he beat Keith. Honestly,
I can't remember right now. Did he beat Keith?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
that might have been Keith's last good win.
Yeah, and then he fought Manny, and he hasn't fought since. I would have loved to have seen Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that fight would be ridiculous. That fight would have been crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see it.
Not now.
Yeah, I mean,
not now. But no, I'm excited to see this fight. I think it's a dog fight. I agree with you.
It could be monstrous, man. It could be fireworks, man. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a firefight, and it's across the street. So hopefully this opens doors.
Some doors, yeah.
Hopefully this opens doors for Errol I'm sorry, not Errol. Yeah, for Errol. You know what I mean? For Bud and for Errol. I want to see Bud more active.
Hopefully, it opens the door to Earl's house and lets Bud on in.
Who wins?
I got Bud.
Okay.
I got Bud.
I got Bud too, but I
know it's gonna be a fight. It's not gonna be a walk in the park.
If I'm Sean Porter, I'm with you about that Hagler Hearns mentality.
Sean is not gonna ever be off.
I'm jumping on his ring rust immediately.
Yeah,
immediately.
It's gonna go down.
I'm putting my head in his chest,
it's like from
the first bell, bro. Because when's the last time Bud fought?
I don't even remember. The last thing I remember was the Amir Khan debacle, but that couldn't have been his last fight.
Was that his last fight?
That was like right before COVID.
No.
And I remember being upset, even that don't even count.
Yeah, right.
That was his last joint.
Wait, hold on.
That wasn't his last joint. That wasn't his last.
I'm gonna look because it's been so long since he fought that I am really not sure.
Yeah.
Benavidez.
Okay.
No,
Benavidez.
No, okay, I lied. Wow, we missed the ball here. No, so Jeff Horn, Benavidez, Amir Khan. Then he fought, Kalavazakis, and then he fought Kell Brook, and he stopped Kell Brook.
Kell Brook was the last one.
Yeah, that was the end.
Seems like so long ago.
That was the end of 2020. So it's not that much ring rust.
All right.
Because he fought twice. So he only fought once in 2020. He fought twice in 2019 and twice in 2018. So he's usually 2 fights a year, but he hasn't fought since the end of 2020.
I expect Sean Porter to do exactly what you said and try to apply pressure immediately and not let up off the gas. And at the same time, I expect Bud to come in there knowing that this is not the big fight that he wants, but it's the big fight that he's got. And it allowed him to get across the street. And I don't expect him to take that opportunity lightly for 1 second. I expect him to be on full display, switch hitting, and showing y'all some shit that you need to fucking see. And reason why he's a pound for pound 1 or 2. And I expect to see that.
What's your pound for pound look like right now? Top 5.
Canelo is one, but I'll go Earl Usyk.
Okay.
What's that? 5, 4? I'll give you 4.
Yeah, I think. Wait.
Canelo, Bud, Earl Usyk.
Yeah, you gotta round it out. Top 4 is fine.
I put 5. Yeah, that's what comes to my mind.
I have Canelo 1 too. I have. Yeah, I you know what? I have Canelo 1. I have Usyk 2. I'll put Bud 3.
I'm not mad at that.
Just because it's inactivity, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fury?
It's like, all right, so this is my thing. It's hard for me to it's like, the pound for pound thing is a mythical,
right? It's
what are the nobody really has
make the shit up.
But in that though, that's why it's hard for me kind of to put heavyweights in the pound for pound, because it's just like it seems like I can't, like, you're already at the top of the food chain. I can't imagine you through the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine, like I could, when you're a smaller guy and you move up and do the same things you were doing from a lower level, I can really gauge like, okay, like if we could just give this dude a shot and making the size of those, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like I can see what you're coming up there with. It's like once you're already a heavyweight and you're at the top of the heavyweight division, it's kind of hard for me to imagine it that way. And like for me, personally, for me,
that's fair. I get that. I'm with that. I support that
because it's pretty much pound for pound anyway. Once you're a heavyweight champion, it's like you are the pound for pound of all pounds.
You're the
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's like it gets no bigger than this.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So you win anyway. If you got to fight a little dude, you know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, if you that deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, so,
you know who I'll put on there? I will say, just to round out my 5, Josh Taylor. I really like that kid. That fight was nasty against Ramirez.
You put that at 5. You put him at 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5. He's replaceable somewhere around there. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Fury, but that's the thing. It goes the opposite way too, like what you were saying though, because if you put a shot in his arm and he shrinks, can Fury compete with the Gervonta Davises of the division? You know, in that weight.
I don't know. It's hard.
I think so, though. I think so. I think he's got. Maybe he doesn't have the power down there, obviously, but
this is what I'm kind of really trying to say though. All right, so Tyson Fury is elitely skilled in the heavyweight division at 6'9", 250 something pounds, arm reached down to his ankle. It looks amazing. Like, how does that look when you're 5'2"?
Well, first of all,
when you lose the other, you know what I'm saying? Or when you lose all the other attributes that make what you do so amazing, you're taking away the ingredients that make it what it is.
Yeah, I think that, I agree with you. It is tough to do. So maybe a Josh
because for anybody else, because that's what I'm saying. For anybody else, if you're talking about a middleweight, lightweights, all the way on, all the way through and through, you're talking about adding something to them, to what they already have. You're not talking about taking away
height, size,
some of the attributes that make them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, again, I say it's hard for me dealing with a pound for pound list, looking at a heavyweight and trying to put them on.
Yeah, that makes
you're taking away the thing, like you're taking away from them. You know what I mean? Everybody else you adding to, like, oh, what if he was 6 inches taller, 30 pounds heavier? You know what I'm saying? You're adding to him. Like, you're not subtracting what he has that makes him him. You're adding that. Like, all right, now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's different.
That's fair. That's why the pound for pound list, no one will ever agree on. Like, there will never be, there's never a uniform list. Like, nobody, there's people like the 1 and 2 is usually uniform, but other than that, it's, I mean, you even get add to that point. Like,
but some people
still have Loma on their pound for pound. Not right now.
Not right now. I mean, he can make his way back, but I would have to go Teofimo before him at this
for sure.
point.
Yeah, I mean,
but again, I wanted to also just isolate that and salute the Alexander Usyk again, man, because you know what I mean, he's dominated his division, cruiserweight, for how long he's done it, and now he's here. And first shot at AJ, he handles him with ease, I'd say. It's only up from here if he does get them other 2 fights we were talking about, but we'll see.
It's crazy to think about.
He could definitely go down as a goat. Like, he already got a cemented career that should be saluted, honored, and remembered. But
if he collects all the world heavyweight championships, could you imagine that?
It'd be crazy.
That would be nuts.
But in a super heavyweight division, a super heavyweight era. If he comes through here in a super heavyweight era and cleans up,
he's a GOAT. He's one of the GOATs for real. That, I mean, honestly, people, you are possibly watching like literally a GOAT be made and crowned right now. Because if he goes on to beat whoever wins Fury Wilder, you know, if he goes on to fight and beat them.
So what weighs more, right? What weighs more? Usyk coming, doing what he's doing, and dominating. Hypothetically, if he was to go on and win the belts from these super heavyweights, who, with the exception of Fury, and you can still even say about Fury or some attributes of his that are lacking in the heavyweight division, which will be, obviously power.
Power, yeah.
Say he goes ahead and clears them out, reigns supreme. Does that weigh more than the Holyfield having to come face the monster that was Iron Mike Tyson, and all of the heavyweights of that era, the fucking Shannon the Cannon Briggs and all them kind of good and great heavyweights that had all of the attributes at a certain level to a certain extent. Maybe they weren't 6'9", but they were
monsters of their own.
Deep amateur background. What I mean? Boxer, puncher, boxers, every style you could think of. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a bit of everything kind of fighters. Like, what weighs more?
Oh God. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I feel like for what Mike Tyson has, Tyson Fury doesn't, and for what Tyson Fury has, Mike Tyson didn't. I don't know. We always hold the past higher than the present. Obviously, you know what I mean. When we look back on music, like this music was what it was. It was the soul. It was the essence. It was where everything originated from. But also,
I don't think this had nothing to do with that.
No,
I don't think this had nothing to do with that.
I'm just saying. So like, if you look back, like I look back and I see Mike, and I hold Mike to like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like music, flutes start
That's
playing,
where he
trumpets start
was.
playing.
That's who he is.
But at the same time, we saw Mike get
thrown.
Get humanized by Evander. You know what I mean? By Lennox Lewis. And so Usyk
by
is
Buster Douglas.
Usyk is the new version of Evander Holyfield.
That's what I'm saying though. But
I don't know what weighs more, like era versus era.
I don't think anybody is afraid to fight Tyson Fury. They might not feel like they can win, but I don't feel like the fighters in his division are afraid to fight Tyson Fury or nervous about fighting him.
Nobody has that fear factor anymore, though. Who has that fear factor?
Wilder had it for a moment.
Yeah, it's over now.
And I mean, he probably has it for anybody outside of Tyson Fury.
Oh, yes. I mean,
they're still weary about that. I mean, it's not like there's any other heavyweight that has the movement that Tyson Fury has anyway. Outside of him himself. Ain't nobody else thinking like, oh, he can't hit me. I move too good. And there's no other heavyweight that's really.
And Usyk.
Well, Usyk. But.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Well, but I mean, again,
Usyk is a smaller target.
For what Mike has with the power, he didn't have necessarily in footwork, and he doesn't have in size. So
doesn't have the size for sure, but
where Fury has the size and he has the footwork, he doesn't have the power. So I don't know. Maybe the power is obviously more intimidating, so nobody wants to fight that person. But at the end of the day, when you see that shit in front of you, and this big motherfucker's like dipping, moving everything,
that's not fun either.
Exactly. It's not as intimidating as power, but that shit is not fun. Let me tell you, I'm trying to hit that. Fuck, where did he go? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a great debate. I feel like we should. I'm definitely.
I mean, we got to see Usyk play it all out. We got to see him. We got to see him finish the game.
We're in the midst of it.
Movie,
we're in the midst of Usyk, and then we're looking at what happened to these guys. So that weighs into our decision too. So I don't know. That's a good topic of conversation.
Well, he's well on his way, and I've enjoyed watching him thus far, and like I said, I enjoyed watching him last week. That was a great performance. Just wanted to reiterate that. But outside of that, we got Terrence Crawford. We got Sean Porter fight coming up. We got Shakur. When's the Shakur fight? That's coming up soon too.
Yeah,
right?
It's before the end of the year.
Is it November? I think it's November.
Yeah, I think it's actually I know it's in November. Yeah, there's a lot of fights for Top Rank in November. Shakur Top Rank they have the Tyson Fury fight because Tyson Fury's Top Rank. Michaela Mayer. Not Sean Porter. I'm sorry. What's his name? Terrence Crawford, Jose Vargas. There's a Top Rank has a lot in November. We have a lot of fights in November, so we just gotta make it through October, man.
Yeah. Stay COVID free. Stay masked up. Whatever you gotta do. If you're getting the poke, get the poke. Do what you gotta do, man.
Because November comes, and there's really only one fight that I want to see that I'm looking forward to. All those fights are great.
COVID versus flu season?
Nah, fam.
Oh, no.
If
that's COVID, just knocked that shit out, huh?
Caleb Plant is the flu, and Canelo Alvarez is fucking COVID.
COVID Alvarez, you fucking right.
COVID Alvarez for sure.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that fight, but
that's going to be a joint, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Everybody's picking Canelo, so I'm picking.
And they saying Canelo early too. I'm hearing a whole lot of Canelo early.
I don't know.
I'm hearing Canelo early, man.
Canelo said something. There was an interview with. There was an interview, I think, eSports or eBoxing, whatever the fuck that dude's name is. Eli Setback, that's his name. He interviewed Canelo, and Canelo just was very calm, and but when he said it, it was like, he's right. He's not lying. He was like, I've seen it all. I've been in there with your favorite fighters. Taller guy, bigger puncher, smaller guys. They can punch with me. They can slip. They can move. I've seen it all. There is literally nothing that anyone can do to surprise me anymore. That's basically what he said. He was like,
that's true.
I've seen everything, and I know how to fight everyone. I've learned from everybody, and I've taken everything from everybody, and
It's nothing that Canelo hasn't seen. I mean, he's absolutely right about that. He's 100% right about that. Caleb Plant's not going to come in there and do anything that he hasn't seen. I mean, he's going to do his best to the best of his ability, but it's not going to be Floyd Mayweather in there. It's not going to be, and that's the only lesson that he had to really learn. After that, he's pretty much figured it out from there on out. So I'm not expecting that, but maybe Caleb can pull a trick out of his sleeve and make it competitive.
I hope so. I hope it is competitive. Okay. I do want to see competitive, but I just think And
I love Caleb Plant, dog. I like him. I feel like this fight was too soon for him. I didn't want to see him fight Canelo right now.
Listen, but I hope this is his Canelo Floyd moment for his career.
And that's what I was getting to. That could possibly happen, and that I would be cool with. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of his career and his trajectory and where he goes from here. But if he surprises us, I'm all for that too. You know what I mean? I'm all for that. I want to see Canelo suffer a defeat at the hands of somebody better. And I don't know if Caleb Plant will be that man on this night, but we will find the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be tuned in.
I'm going to be tuned in too. That's 100%. I'm excited for that fight. But yeah, man, that's all I got. The boxing has not given us much other than rumors and fuss and a bunch of bullshit lately. Other than the few fights that we get. So
yeah.
That's it, man. That's all I got. Do you got to walk out, sir, or you want me to go first? What do you want to do? You're traditionally first, so.
Yeah, well, we're going to flip the script, man. Go ahead. What you got?
No, that's not acceptable. Shit. All right. Let's see. Hold up.
So you don't have one.
I don't have one, but I'm going to find one. You know what? I'm going to go back to Wu-Tang. I think Wu-Tang was one of my first walkouts.
Nah, hold on. You know what? Fuck all of that. There's only one walkout this week.
Oh, okay.
Apollo Ali Shook on all streaming platforms right now. What am I doing? I'm bugging. Apollo Ali Shook, produced by Lester London, featuring Get Right Sour, nigga. That's it. Jersey Flow walkout coming soon. Support the statue. October 16th.
Can I stream it now, or do I have
streaming everywhere? It's streaming everywhere.
All right. My God,
on your local Shade 45 stations and whatnot. You know what I mean? Just check it out. Apollo Ali Shook, man. Ain't nothing else shaking right now.
I'm with that. That's the walkout for the week. One walkout.
That's it. We see y'all next week because we're gonna have to talk. By this time next week, Deontay Wilder should have a belt in his possession.
You hope.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
Even you saying that, you were like, yeah, he should.
yeah. I expect the right dynamite to come, man. The Browns bomber, man. I'm rolling with him.
I hope so, man. I hope it's I just hope it's an interesting night.
Wakanda forever, man. But don't wear the outfit though.
Fam, he's wearing an outfit.
Just come out regular.
He said he's wearing an outfit. He said, I got a surprise for y'all this time.
Like, no outfits, man.
Wasn't that one
he came out with the glow in the dark eyes joint? That joint was crazy, but
first of all, wasn't that one of his first excuses?
Yeah, it was a lot of excuses. Don't wear no outfit, man. Deontay, please don't wear no outfit. Just come out.
Just wear a towel, no socks.
Little lather up, you know what I mean? Little sweat. That's it. Nothing else, bro. Pause.
Oh, no, man.
If applicable. Pause if applicable. But you know what I'm saying? Just come out ready to fight, bro. Don't come out ready to fucking...
It's not a show. You got to fight. You fight.
Halloween is the week after or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just come out ready.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, bro. That's all we got. Fan of Punch Podcast. I am Johnny Southpaw, my guy.
Apollo Ali, man. We see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Phantom Punch Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Phantom Punch Pod. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to YouTube channel. Follow everything Phantom Punch Podcast. As always, salute every fighter that enters the ring, man. We're gonna be here to continue to cover the Hurt Business for y'all, and we see y'all next week, man. Peace.